Hi everyone, it's Lana here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today I want to talk about hair growth. It's the new year and we all have New Year's resolutions, New Year goals, and I know that a lot of you are going to be thinking about hair growth and you want really long hair. I have grown my hair really long in the past. I feel like I know how to grow long hair. Like when I really put my mind to it, I know how to do it. So I really want to share with you my hair growth routine. So I decided that this month I would love to put together a hair growth series for you, and in this series I'm going to show you how you can grow your hair the longest, the healthiest that it's ever been. Like you're going to look back on previous years and you're going to be like, I thought I had long hair then. It's not a touch on what you have now. In this video I'm going to do my hair growth routine. This is my curly hair routine that really helps me grow my hair the longest. This is the most nourishing, the most healthy hair care routine. It's not a definition routine, it's not a volume routine, so that's why my hair looks like this right now. But let me tell you, this is the healthiest routine that I can do for my hair, and this is what's going to help my hair to grow long. Let's get into that. Welcome to the first part of my hair growth curly hair routine. I actually started it last night, I just didn't film it. Basically, I did a pre-poo oiling treatment. So I oiled my hair overnight, actually 2 nights ago, and I braided my hair up. So actually the reason I did it off camera is because I was actually feeling really ill a couple of days ago and I couldn't really do anything. So I thought, let me just braid my hair up, I'll oil it. And that has kind of doubled up as my pre-poo for this hair wash. The reason I do a pre-poo as one of my hair growth hair care routine steps is because a pre-poo treatment is going to help protect your hair from over moisture when you apply water to it. If you didn't know this already, your hair can become very susceptible to basically flooding. If you only wash your hair once a week and your hair doesn't see moisture all of that time, it becomes really thirsty and dry, and if you just pour a load of water on it right away in your hair wash, it can really open up its cuticles and soak in so much water that it becomes swollen and it damages the hair. It's crazy, but I promise you there is science in that. So if you coat your hair with some kind of oil or other pre-poo treatment before you wash your hair, it's really going to help to keep your hair healthy and thus lead to hair growth. The second reason why I do a pre-poo treatment is because it enables me to detangle my hair when my hair is stronger. So my hair is stronger when it has more oils on it and things, and it's more slippery, and that's just nicer for me to detangle my hair. I just so much rather that than go straight into the shower with tangly hair, then start shampooing it and make more tangles, and then try and tackle the tangles with the conditioner. I'd rather just get the tangles out of the way with the oil on it. So it's another reason why we do the pre-poo. Too many tangles leads to breakage, so if we can minimize the tangles, then that's great. And the third reason why I do a pre-poo treatment is because if I'm using an oil-based pre-poo treatment, that can really protect my hair from any harsh shampoos that I'm using. Of course, I wouldn't be using anything too harsh as part of my hair growth routine anyway, but some shampoos can just catch you off guard. They can be a little bit too harsh for your hair, so it's just nice to coat your hair in oil. So this is the oil that I used. This is the Vatica Coconut Restorative Hair Oil. They say that this reduces breakage and adds shine, and this contains multiple different oils. So I have that all over my hair, and then I've just braided my hair up, and then you have to sleep with a bonnet on because otherwise the oils get onto your pillow and then they give you acne, and that's why I'm wearing acne patches. Yeah, my hair actually feels great. So I think the pre-poo did its job, and I wish that I could wear this braid out right now, but I can't because it's so oily. So I've just put my hair in the shower and tried to rinse out the pre-poo oil as much as I can, but of course it is going to need some shampoo. So I'm going to use the Aveda Botanical Repair Strengthening Shampoo. And you might need to do double because when you do a pre-poo, there's a lot of oil and the water itself can't always get it all off. So maybe a double shampoo. So I'm lathering that up all the way through my hair because I do just want to make sure that I cleanse all of my hair and cleanse all of that pre-poo off and make sure it's fully rinsed. I don't want any shampoo left in my hair because it is going to keep causing tangles in the next step if we leave any shampoo in. So fully rinse that out, and then I'm taking the conditioner and I'm applying this liberally throughout my hair. I genuinely want to make sure that my hair is fully coated with this. Now I'm going to detangle my hair again, but like I said, I did already detangle it during the pre-poo, so it's really not going to be very tangly right now. And I'm going to use this detangling brush. This is from Tangle Teezer, and this one is a really old one, and it's nicer at detangling than the purple one I have. I'm not sure, I think these are technically the same brush, and maybe it's just because this one is older, it's softer on my hair and it's it's gentler and it just feels more gentle when I'm detangling. So I like to use this for detangling. If you have a brush that you love and you trust for detangling, then use that, because this is a hair growth routine and the last thing you want is to be too harsh when you're brushing your hair. One of the keys to hair growth is just to be gentle and show a lot of love to your hair. So pick a brush that's going to be gentle but it's going to get the job done. So I have shampooed and conditioned using a repairing shampoo and conditioner. Now it's time to deep condition. And this is another really important step of a hair growth focused curly hair routine. It's not always good enough just to shampoo and condition. That's great if you're using a really nourishing conditioner, but you can always level up with a product that's designed for deep conditioning. So I'm going to stick with the same Aveda Botanical Repair line, and I'm just going to go for their intensive strengthening mask, and I'm going to leave this on for about 20 minutes. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I love this line for what it does for my hair, but I don't love the smell, to be honest with you. It smells quite clinical. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I'd get cuts and scrapes and my mum would put this stuff on my leg. Anyway, I'm just going to brush this through. And when that's all evenly applied, I'm going to wrap my hair up and stick a cap on it and leave this for 20 minutes. So the next stage is to use a leave-in conditioner. Choose a really hydrating one. I've tried a lot of leave-in conditioners and I have my favourites. I always go for the ones that leave my hair feeling hydrated for like a week. And if you don't believe that leave-in conditioners can do that, then you just haven't found the right ones yet. My favourite ones are the Roman Reason Quench and Curl leave-in conditioner. My hair literally feels so hydrated with that one, but I'm actually all out of it right now. And I have a few more that I love as well. Right now I'm going to use the Olaplex No. 5 leave-in, and this is a moisturize and mend leave-in conditioner, but it might be all out. I feel that it's not got a lot left in there. So I'm going to put this into my hair in sections just to make sure that it covers every bit of my hair. And then I'm going to brush that through to make sure it's even more evenly applied. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side so that we have even sections and the product is just applied everywhere. Ah, I knew it! I think that's the end. And we did it just as we got to the last section. So I did my sections right. And everybody gets covered. Okay, so I'm going to brush all of that through again. You might have noticed that I haven't done any kind of definition styling or anything like that. And that's because in this routine, I'm only focusing on hair growth. And if I were to do a different kind of routine that's focusing on definition or volume, then I'd have to kind of manipulate my hair in some kind of way. And that can actually be a bit harsh on your hair if you're doing that all the time. Like when you're doing the brush styling and you've got a demo brush, or you're doing the finger coiling or something like that. When you're doing a hair growth routine, the main thing is just to let your hair be. Just let it do what it wants to do. But I am just going to make sure that I brush it all to the back as best that I can, instead of having it brushed forward. And I'm going to give that a big shake. Then I'm going to put some gel on my hands. I'm going to scrunch it into my hair, but I'm not doing any kind of twisting or pulling or anything with my hair at all. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can, but the gel is going to help to lock everything in and really support my curls. So the gel is going to help my hair to be as healthy as it can. So that's why the gel stays part of the hair growth routine. And I'm just going to take the pieces of my fringe and the pieces framing my face and just bring those forward and give those a little finger coil, because otherwise they'll be stretched out and they'll be heading towards the back. So this is just nice just to do this part. Alright, so now we have washed and conditioned and styled my hair, but that is still not the end of the hair growth routine, because now we need to focus on drying the hair, and that's also really important. So you might think that the safest and best way to dry your hair is just to let it air dry, but I do disagree. I believe that the best way to dry your hair is to give it a little bit of help. And that's because if you leave your hair to air dry, especially for me, like having so much hair, living in the UK in the middle of winter, my hair would take forever to dry, and then my hair would be at risk of high growth fatigue, meaning it has stayed wet for so long that now my hair has grown weak and limp. It can grow fungus with high growth fatigue. It's just a whole mess. You just don't want to mess with it. So give it some help. So first of all, of course, I am going to use my microfiber towel, or actually this one is kind of a jersey towel, and I'm just gonna soak out all of the excess water that's in my hair right now. Just squeeze all of that out. So stick it in here. So I'm probably going to keep it like this just for about 10 minutes while I do everything, tidy up, and then I will diffuse my hair on the lowest heat, on the lowest speed setting. I'm going to be really gentle and dry it to about halfway, and then I can let it air dry the rest of the way. I'm actually going to let it air dry overnight inside a bonnet, so it's kind of not air drying, bonnet drying, and in the morning it's going to form a cast and my hair is just going to be so protected throughout the entire drying process. And I'm going to use a heat protecting spray when I diffuse. This is my heat protecting spray. This is by Beauty Pie, and this is the Super Healthy Hair Blow Dry Spray Coconut Water Heat Shield Styler. So I've been loving this. Okay, and this is my hair after a little bit of diffusing last night and then letting my hair dry overnight. I went and did my makeup and just let my hair do the last finishing bits of drying while I was doing that. And this is how it turned out. So it's not like my most defined, nor is it my most volumized routine, but it is my most protected routine. And that's what's going to get my hair to grow the fastest, the quickest, the healthiest. And that's what we want, right? You know, I almost forgot to do the final step, which is to apply some oil. This is the Ritual oil from Vatica, but I have a ton of really nourishing oils that I love. There's Vatica, there's Jamaican Mango and Lime, there is Kali Min. There's just a bunch of them that I really love. So I'm going to use this one. Just going to squeeze it onto my hands and then apply that all over my hair. This really just helps to seal in all of that moisture that we added. It adds a long-lasting shine, but more importantly it adds a layer of protection, which is just essential not only in the winter months but also in the summer months and just all year round, really, if you really want to be protecting your hair and having healthy long hair. So if you like this video, please thumbs it up, subscribe, turn on your notifications, all of that good stuff, and more importantly leave me a comment and just tell me what you want to see from this channel, because I'm really excited about this hair growth series, but I just want to know what you guys really want to see, and let's just have a bit of a conversation. Let's make this a two-way thing. I want to hear from you. I will of course be posting a ton of hair care, but also I'm thinking about doing a monthly vlog, so let me know if you want to see that. I think when I post this video I'm going to be in Thailand, so if you want to see anything from Thailand, just let me know. It might be on here, it might be on Instagram, TikTok, wherever, so just make sure that you're following me everywhere, and yeah, just like ask me anything and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks so much for watching. You can find the rest of my January hair growth series right here, and you can see some of my other videos right here. I will see you in the next video. Bye.